guys, how's it going? This is GundamLegacyExtreme, and I'm back for a review time. And today's review is the deluxe AxCalibur from Kamen Rider Wizard. And where's the axe, you may ask? It's coming. I wanted to get things off with the Infinity Ring. The ring to initiate Wizard's final henshin into Kamen Rider Wizard Infinity style. Granted, we now know that he does have one more form, Infinity Dragon. I'll get to that in another video, hopefully. But to start off with, bringing the Infinity Ring in close for detail. It is, unlike other rings, bringing in the one of the dragon style rings, the Flame Dragon. It is very different from the other rings as it does not have the flip visor, which is kind of interesting. I'm wondering why they went with that style. I mean, for all the henshin rings, they've always gone with a flip visor. And it also is has the collar of the Infinity style, so it really does end up looking like Wizard's head, pretty much. All around. And yes, it has a. I put on the double L ring loop. Does not come with that conventionally. Anyway, let's get to the henshin. Henshin! Now, for those who do not know Wizard, haven't been watching Wizard, or haven't been paying attention to all my other reviews until now, that is basically the first word in every henshin of Wizard's forms. Hi, Sui, Fu, Do, Bo, Jaba, Bu, Dogon. And if you want to know what all those mean, go back into my old reviews. I'm not going to explain them again. Well, actually, there will have been texts up for what they mean. Anyway, continuing on with just the sound effect showcasing. The kick strike. And just like with all the dragon styles, it ends with the dragon's roar. Don't ask me why. That little jingle at the beginning, well, you'll see what that's from, but it doesn't really represent much, seeing as Infinity isn't really representing an element, more it's representing the unification of the colors into a diamond, or the elements into a diamond. But, now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's bring in the big toy, the AxCalibur, the toy that the ring comes with. This thing is a beauty. The blade right here is made out of very sturdy rubber, but that's gonna hurt. Same with the blade right here. Anyway, bringing it in for close-up details. Come on, focus. Yeah, this thing really doesn't like to focus that much. Having to plug this onto my laptop and into my Mac, so it's going to be a little awkward. But you can get a good look overall still at the details. It's got this little tramp stamp right here. I believe that's the battery. No, that's not the battery cover. That's the battery cover. 3 AA batteries, if my memory serves me correctly. You got that up there. Wasted effort. They could have wasted space. They could have put an LED up here. You'll see what I mean in a moment. But now, turning the toy on, you get the toy crying out Infinity, which, if most of you remember in the show, Wizard hovers his hand over the belt to make it shout Infinity again and allows him to run at light speed. I'll get to that in a moment. Yeah, the belt doesn't do that, so you have to turn the toy on to kind of get that. Anyway, First disappointment of this toy, well, second disappointment of this toy after explaining that. The handle is small. Unlike all the other Wizard roleplay toys I've showcased before, I've been able to get a nice grip on them. I'll get to this one in a little bit. Unfortunately, though, this one comes up short. As you can see, I'm kind of forcing my hand in here. Yes, sound effects. I'm kind of forcing my hand in here. And this is actually the first time I've tried to hold it while wearing a wizard ring. And unfortunately, since I can't get it around my middle finger, it impedes my grip even more on this thing. So I kind of have to hold it like this, which makes my finger pinch in there, which hurts when you swing it. But you get, when you pull the trigger for sword mode, you get these sound effects anyway. And only the red light shines. Now, a lot of people want to say that this thing doesn't have a scanner. It kind of does have a ring scanner. Granted, this toy is not meant to scan rings. Right here, over this arc where you see the wizard symbol, you see that symbol right there, there's some sort of scanner, because it's waiting for you to scan, to hold your hand wearing the infinity ring over it. If I bring in any other ring, it's not registering it. But once I hover my hand with the infinity ring over it, and by pulling the sword trigger, it does that, but I did that just so we can show you the light show now. And now it's in axe mode, where you get these sounds. And it cycles through the 4 elemental colors of wizard. Flame, red, blue, yellow, green. Well, red, blue, green, yellow. And that would pretty much be it, but this still has 2 more little tricks to it. The hand arc right here. Shut up. You can't use it in sword mode, again, which bums me out. But in axe mode, you just slap it, and there you go. His main finisher. But there is more. No surprise, this choice, but not everyone knows this, but you hit it 5 times. And there you have it. That, in and of itself, is pretty much all the AxCalibur does. And it kind of disappoints me in certain ways. First and foremost, I kind of wish that they had made the handle just a little bit bigger. I know, it's a kid's toy, but even still, wearing the wizard rings, I think a kid will still have a problem with this. They could have spread this out a bit more, or brought this down a little bit longer, and I think it would have been a lot better. Next up, I do wish, granted it doesn't do it in the show, but I do wish it did have some form of wizard ring scanning capability. But again, it doesn't do that in the show, so I'm not going to complain. I don't know if it does in the show. I've only watched up to Infinity's debut, and I haven't gone any further since. And, of course, lastly, I wish the sword form had gotten a little more justification than just being the default mode. It's called the AxCalibur, which means it's an axe and it's a sword. And to use the name of the holy sword AxCalibur and use the sword mode as an afterthought, I think that's kind of wrong. I think Plasma Shining Strike should have been the finisher of sword mode, and Shining Strike the finisher of axe mode. Give the sword mode some more options than just being the default mode. I mean, I know common artists have been using swords as their final weapon forever, so getting an axe as the final weapon is nice, seeing as we haven't had a non-sword final weapon since O's, two riders ago. But yeah, so that's pretty much that. But of course, there's still one more thing I need to show, and that is the Infinity Ring with the Wizard's sword gun. This one's a doozy. Starting with gun mode. Listen closely, people. That's one hell of an explosion. I don't know if he's used it yet in the show, again, seeing as I haven't watched that much since episode 30, when, I think it was 30, I don't remember what episode it was, when Infinity debuted. He didn't do that and that yet. And he might not do it until the final fight, who knows, unless he's already done it. And in which case that will feel like an art card. Going into sword mode, though, can you guess what it's going to be? Again, that's one hell of an explosion. So, all in all, that's pretty much it for the AxCalibur and the Infinity Ring. Do I recommend them? If you pretty much have all the other wizard items, yes. The AxCalibur is a beautiful display piece, just lacking certain functions and doing things that I personally wish it did for other things. It's still an amazing piece, and it's the only way to get the DX Infinity Ring. If you just want the Infinity Ring, go seek out the Candy Toy or the Gashapon, be it the light Gashapon or the cheap Gashapon without the light, where this is just painted. Otherwise, it's a decent pass. Again, if you just want the Infinity Ring, go and get you have two other options, well, technically three other options, since there's two versions of the Gashapons. You have technically three other options to go out to get. So, that's pretty much it. I hope you all enjoyed this review. Stay tuned for more. I have lots more coming. Go check out Herotaku. Links will be in the description. I will see you all next time. Peace.